Let's go to the sheet I just handed out because it doesn't take that long to do. This is maybe we're up to like third grade by now. Dot plots for kindergarten. I think we've maybe made it third grade now. At outpatient testing center, the number of cardiograms performed each day for 20 days is shown. Construct the Stemplot that displays the distribution. We have to have a title. We have to have a key. I don't know that I'm going to get there today, so I'm going straight into the numbers right now, but I should not usually do that. Stem plot, stem and leaf plot, they mean the same thing. What do they have? In general, what does it look like? The stem and leaf plot. Come on, third grade here.
A leaf.
Not like a green leaf. Y'all know what stem and leaf plot is?
Like a four-leaf clover.
Like a graph.
Third grade didn't do us very well.
Apparently not. Y'all had COVID during third grade, I guess.
Is it the one where it's like dots connected by
I don't have much here. I have a lot of it here. Okay. Pretty much every time you get raw data, look at this. You got numbers, right? Tell me the most two important numbers right now. 2 and what? Why did I choose those? Lowest and highest. I need to know how far I need to go. So I'm going from 2 to 57. Why? What is that? Why is that there?
It's the first number of the highest.
So this is the what place of the highest number? 10th place. This is the 10th place of our lowest number. I need to include, just like I talked about with the dot plot, I need to include everything in between whether it's there or not.
Wait, why do you 0 come?
2 is our lowest number, which the 10th place is 0. 0, 2 numbers. And then our highest was 57. So those are the 10th places. How are these freshmen about to ever had? Let them. So how many numbers do I have that have a 10th place of 0? Just one. It's a 2. And if this were my paper, I'd probably mark out 2 so I wouldn't go do it again. With 10s, how many do I have? 2, right? I have a 3 and a 4, right? What do you think I need to do with those? Make sure that they're what? Evenly spaced. So you're doing that whole idea just like before of even though you're not drawing it, this is super important. Visually, you need to be thinking like this, equally spaced all the way across. Does it matter if I write 3 then 4 or 4 then 3? You are going to actually want to put these in order. I know I'm going quick. Y'all are going to be fine with this. So when I get to 20s, I've got 25, 20, 23. With only 3. So what do I need here?
5
0.
here.
And so that spacing is really important. So even if it's like a 1, it needs to take up as much room as a 5. So that's where you have to be careful. With 30s, I think I have a bunch there. Let's go backwards from 50s. 1, 2, 7. Am I right there? Did I disagree with 1, 2, 7 for 50s?
No.
I've got my spacing still. Y'all can look at this better because you can mark stuff out. What does it look like for 30s? I've got a 1. How many 2s do I have?
1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 6.
That's
4 2s.
4 2s. And then what?
36.
A 3 and a 6, that's it? What about for 40s? If I'm looking at 3, 4, 4, 5. Is that right? Can I still get a good description of the shape of that data like this? Yes. So it basically does the same thing that a dot plot does. Maybe it groups them a little bit more, so like I don't have to do, if I did this with a dot plot, would I want to do a number for every single number between 2 and 57? No, it wouldn't be very descriptive because I'd have 4 at 32 and not much other than that. So it groups them a little bit more. When you look at the shape, what is the shape of this one? Fairly symmetric. How in the world do I usually look at a problem like this and figure out the shape? You turn it, look at it. So I'm looking at it like with my head here looking that way. That's fairly symmetrical right there. Fairly symmetrical with a peak in the 30s. Let's go ahead and give this a title. This didn't even take as long as I thought it would. Outpatient testing center, number of cardiograms. So number of cardiograms, I'm writing Stemplot of, don't care if you do it. Somewhere it says that outpatient, oh yeah, outpatient. I'm going to say at this outpatient testing center because it doesn't give the name of it. And most people would include that 20 days, which is probably descriptive, but why am I kind of being okay with not writing for 20 days?
Because it's 20 days.
If you counted 20 of them, it'd be 20 days. So like this one. There is something else missing. You technically need a key for this. It doesn't seem like a key is important because of the wording here. I know that each one represents a day. But first of all, I have no idea what in the world cardiograms might be doing. It might be measurement of cardiograms, if it's something like that. And how do I know what this is representing?
You place the number on the left and on the
Wait, let me see. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick a random number. Any number over there. I'm gonna pick this one. This is my key over here. But that can mean multiple things. In this situation, it means what? But what else could it mean? 1.3. It could mean 130. It could mean, so there's a bunch of different things that it could mean. But I need to finish with my context. 13 cardiograms performed, and there's something I'm really picky about here. I should say at this outpatient testing center, but I wrote it over there. What am I missing?
each day.
Should you say each day?
No.
On this particular day. That's where I'm really picky, but mainly because I want you to understand it's not saying every single day is that. It's the one that I chose is representing that. I'm gonna go ahead and make a separate one that if you guys stop packing up, I will not make you write down. I want you to watch me for 2 seconds do it and we'll talk about it again. Do I get a good depiction of this graph? Is that a fairly decent graph? You're gonna get some where they're terrible and they're like all between 20s and 30s and the graph means nothing. I am dealing with the same information. I don't have enough room. How can I do the exact same graph but make it start to look like that? Why would I do that?
If the numbers more specific, they can occur.
So here, what numbers could have gone here?
2.
Anywhere from
Anything from what to what?
1 0 to
1
9.
and 9.
1, 9. 0 to 9.
It could have been anything from 0 to 9. So what about when I get here?
Like 0 to 5.
So how many numbers are there between 0 and 9? I always see people who miss this. 10, right?
So 0 to 4.
4.
5 to 9.
So this would be anything between 0 and 4. This would be anything between 5 to 9. And so forth. Are you good with that? It's called a split stem. We'll come back to it. I could even do it with and so forth, which means there'd be how many in each one? How many options in each one? 2. Could I do this? Why? Because you need to be able to divide it equally. I kind of need you to follow with what I did there, but we'll come back to more specifics later.